30th anniversary of the poet Frank O'Hara's death, 4th of July, 30 years ago. This is from a letter. Ted Berrigan died 30 years ago today, July 4th. So it's appropriate that your bed is covered with sonnets. Adverts created by vibrating train windows, making sounds that appear to come from within commuters' heads, could soon be launched in Germany. Bloody hell, I've woken up inside a Burroughs novel. I got enough voices inside my head, thank you. It's late, you are asleep, and beautiful tears have blossomed in my eyes. Guillaume Apollinaire is dead. Songs have blossomed in the pale library of tears. You are asleep. A lovely light is singing to itself. So I spent the last month being kindly given a poetry writing retreat by Claire Leischer and her family on Schnebly Hill Road. So for those of you who don't know, Schnebly Hill is the old main road that runs between Sedona and Flagstaff, where they used to run food wagons from Camp Verde up to Flagstaff. It took 2 days, and it has a lot of history. So these are desert poems, and the first one is called Schnebly Hill Blab of the Pave. Driving the painted desert with you, surprised at the price of a cowboy hat these days. He was deputy sheriff of Coconino County, picked up drunks. She made coffee on Schnebly Hill Road, sobered them up. Arrowheads, pot shards, ghosts, a few dicey dreams while sleeping in the shack, a shooting, a strapping. Spooked on the trail, horse and wagon part. Dear Mickey, I walk a mesquite great unknown. Vultures circle, though I'm not dead yet. I'm leaving Arizona. Poem with Arabella. Arabella's right there, age 7. Hi, Arabella. Hiding your face with a leaf. Driving down the canyon feels like I'm going to fall. Caught myself with a tree and did not fall into the peaks. Alone all night at Schnebly Hill Shack, all I could do was weep at the stray dog outside the door. And here are some Sedona poems. Red Mountains. I sit in a pile of books, embraced only by skeleton pine boughs, rain dripping off the roof. Lightning struck cypress, desert wind through pines. dust in my mouth. On the hilltop, black moth on red earth, voices from the forest. Bee-loaded cliff rose nods over the trail, bare arms with pollen. A hidden creature shakes off its coat. Hummingbird lands on wet mesquite. The red mountain is covered in mist. Yucca torches bloom at dawn. A deer rises up on hind legs, tasting white flowers. Lightning mantra. O mountain lion, O prickly pear, O cypress, O ocotillo, O jackrabbit, O wren, O pinyon pine, my hands perfumed with sap, O dry wash, leading me home, O speaking earth beneath my feet, O rising moon, O cricket, O red cliff, O birthplace, O marriage bed and place of heartbreak, O red-tail hawk, O flicker, O fox, O bobcat, O raven, O manzanita, O guidance of my feet and clarity of my head and heart. I sleep within silent stone, wind in my face, dust in my hair, O lightning, rain, and snow. Okay, I'm going to read you a dream. Called Dream of Ishel for Kathy. And it starts with an epigram by President Evo Morales of Bolivia to the UN General Assembly, 67th session, 2012, who says, I would like to say that according to the Mayan calendar, the 21st of December marks the end of no time and the beginning of time. It is the end of selfishness and the beginning of brotherhood. Dream of Ishel for Kathy. I'm at the top of a pyramid in the Mayan jungle, about to fall, teetering. Parts of the pyramid are moving and falling off. When I wake up, I realize being on top of the pyramid is like my altar at home, a chaos of stacked stuff. On top, I've placed a cloth embroidered with the image of Mayan goddess Ishel. I realize I have unconsciously activated the archetype, but not in the proper way. I fall back asleep and goddess Ishel appears with black and red snakes on her head. She's kind of scary. I say I am afraid. Who is she? This pisses her off. She will not return, a voice says. Ichel, the jaguar-eared, hag goddess of childbirth and medicine, worshipped on Isla Mujeres, Mayan island of women. Shell could mean rainbow. She is goddess O, appearing on the last day of the Mayan calendar. Her overturned water vessel signals the end. I realize I have gone about this invocation all wrong. I'm a supplicant, I say, offering a flower. I ask her for help with all the things I need help with. A Mayan man teases me about all the packets of sacred stuff I have all over the place. Cedar, copal, tobacco, bird wings, hawk tails, rocks picked up, owl feathers in the glove box. I need to get organized. Psyche, wandering into the temple of Ceres, found scattered grain offerings, garlands, and shovels. She put everything in order and was met by a goddess. Once, at the temple of Tulum, I cleared trash from the cave, placed red hibiscus flowers on the altar, and was helped by a shaman. This is a poem about my travels last summer in Italy. I traveled to the city of Verona for the opera. And Verona is a very interesting city. It was built as an ancient Roman fortress, and then it has all these layers of myth. Shakespeare set Romeo and Juliet there and other plays. And then there's this amazing opera that happens there in the Roman arena. So what happened is there was a small tornado while I was leaving Verona after I had been to the opera Aida the night before. And I was trapped in my car, sort of watching things, cafe tables and stuff blow by and water pour down the street. And I kept hearing the opera music of the previous night, and I wrote this poem. Verona. At the Veronese opera, the cries of entombed lovers escape into the night sky. The singers belted out with such actual despair, they accidentally conjure a tornado. By morning, angry Zeus appears. It's been a while. He hurls down thunderbolts, city walls shake. Opera-goers' plastic cups roll down steps, dripping red wine. When it's over, flooded streets filled with branches, cars smashed by trees, ambulance at the cafe. No flea market today in the Piazza del Erbe. By the Roman arena, I walk past the feet of ancient, uprooted pines. Old stones steam in the sun. Elixir. Are you circling, lit elixir, word by word, Mudra climb, a dance flashed I, my hymn to you of dancing feet. Excavate, disheveled layer, trade compass, gravitate. Will you circle absolute, wear down transparent flesh, wreck my shell, tear my dress, drink water washed in other lights, soaked clothes at your feet? Three dreams. Dream with Andre Breton. In an undersea taxi with Andre Breton. Our clothes are soaked. What will we do, I ask? They will dry, he says. Dream of Allen Ginsberg. All the poets form a net of stars, each one holding up the next by speaking in the sacred and beautiful tribal tongue. Dream of Frank O'Hara. Do you want a camel ride? Ride with me across the desert of despair. Okay, so I'm just going to read a few more. I'm going to finish with these love sonnets, 4 love sonnets, and 1 last love poem. I've been writing a million sonnets lately. They're so fun. They're all over my bed.
Must have something to do with Schnebly Hill.
I think so. Schnebly Hill blab of the cave gets in my ear. 4 sonnets. The year of the fire dragon was down to the wire. Wandering among stars, I saw your face, your finger in my mouth. Ashamed of his century, he smokes his hand rolled. I want to remember you as you were before you were born. Wind blows, spooks the horses. Everything is okay and difficult. Leveled low to desolate solaces of the mantra. Woke up alone this morning 'cause my baby left town. Spooked on Schnebly Road, I replace him with uprooted pines, wind up eating dinner alone and the lights gone. Knees are shaking and I feel fine. Keep a steady hand and a deranged mind. Lost my constellation, hit the Irish pub to watch basketball, drank Red Rock dust mixed with Oak Creek Canyon water, hit a bullseye, not even sober. Don't fall in love with him. He tears inscriptions from my books. The wind blows a bunch of blank pages. We barely made it past the train station. You fucked me between skyscrapers. In the park of corporate splendor. up alone this morning, 1,000 more miles to go. Read poetry all night over the phone, a backwards, upside down book of ghosts. Trains go by, hit a bullseye, keys spill sparks in my mouth, crazy strangeness and steam. We cultivate magnetic radiance. Bees hover at our hearts. I dream of you walking tattered and frayed, Florence or Paris or Seattle. Okay, it can be Costa Rica. Expatriates fleeing the Mad Max phase of globalization. Ashamed of my century, stayed up all night so I could uninstall the driver. Surrounded by sleepwalkers, another day of weird skies. I'm mashing yams with limes. You're riding the train 9 million times. This low-income world knocks over your heart. Riding from what you didn't know toward whatever could be picked up in the act. Just read one more. Eros tossed the dice. Eros tossed the dice, so I carried them in my shoes across deserts. Who needs sleep anyway? Groped like a criminal, elbowed into non-sequential outcropping, dance along own ledges, sidereal seclusion. I jumped off the train, longing for Sanskrit, redemption at the gated body, rushing into storms where I once knew you and then knew you again, always since rushing, an oscillating syllable sensed beneath skin. Every journey has a watery end. It's dirty, and my map didn't make it. Armed with only poetry and common sense, whatever I know of utterance, and slipping into accidental elixirs, radiant and twine, disheveled to shattering, the wind in my hair, the dust in my heart, shadows for the taking, eros and decay, stay until kicked out. Thanks very much.